Overpass, clearly the best horse, and will win in a canter.
Spellcatcher's coming up the favourite for too classy. Overpass took the big prize, 3/4 of a length. Second Spellcatcher, third.
I think the form from the Oakley Plate will hold up. Malkovich will be too strong.
Malkovich looks to have won from here, but I tell you what, Brooklyn Hustle's made this interesting. I'm going to sit on the fence.
Yonce, 4 from 4, and is going to be 5 for 5.
Timber and Mark, David Eustace and John Allen, what a day. Yonce won by 2.5.
Welcome back everybody to my channel. Today I'm going to be previewing Flemington for the weekend. Obviously highlighted by the two Group 1s being the Group 1 Australian Cup and the Group 1 Newmarket Handicap. Great fields as always. And I'm going against the tradition of the Australian Cup in picking a roughie, and I think another horse will win, it being a lot shorter in the market. But anyway, let's get into the tips. Race 1 is the Group 3 Thoroughbred Breeders over the 1200 metres. This is the market headed by Varvia at $3.80, Ruthless Dane at $5, and Moko at $9.50. This is the last start effort of Varvia at Sandown. Now, I'm sorry I didn't include this in my Wednesday preview because the replay wasn't up then, but when he got out, this horse, Varvia, he absolutely exploded. And it took a champion jockey in Damien Oliver to get the best out of him. And he powered away, and he beat a pretty moderate field pretty easily. Now, the horse coming down the outside was Lagoia. I can't say it properly. But that was a flashing run too. But I think Varvia is going to be too good for these again. So I'm with Varvia in the first look. You always love a horse with a lot of fighting talent, and that win showed his fight and his true ability. He's been down the straight before. He's performed well. I think he's over the odds at $6, but I could be wrong, but he's one of my best bets of the day. Nanagui for second. J-Mac jumps on. Very, very good chance. Kiko ran in the Blue Diamond, so he's definitely a chance. And Giola, I still can't say it, is definitely over the odds at 21. But I think Varvia should be winning the first. $20 for him to do so. Race 2 is the Group 3 Matron Stakes over the 1600 metres. This is the market headed by the Flying Mare in Flying Mascot at $2.70, Tarath at $3.90, and Groovy Kinda Love at $6. This is the last start effort of Flying Mascot at Caulfield over the 1400 metres in the Mannerism Stakes, and she went to the front and just controlled it and kicked off the cruising speed that she set and won really, really well. I don't think anything out of this race can beat her. Mind you, she's not versing much into this race, but she's a good horse, and she's, like the name says, she's absolutely flying. 2 on the trot this time in. She doesn't have to lead. She proved in the test show that she can take a set, and I think she's the one to beat, clearly. This mare, absolutely flying. I don't know who named her, but they named her well because she's a mare that's absolutely flying mascot. She won a Group 3. She won the Mannerism last start. I think she can win another one here in being the matron. She's one of my better bets of the day. $2.70. I think is personally over the odds. She should be at least probably even money against this lot. Groovy Kinda Love for second. I think it's been racing well without winning. Rocker Clock and Promises Success, the two Sydney siders coming down for John O'Shea. Rocker Clock's the better of the two of them because I think she performs best with Huey Bowman and has performed well at Flemington before. But I went Flying Mascot in the matron. $75 to win. Go the Mascot! Race 3 is a listed Moomba Plate over the 1100 metres down the straight at Flemington. This is the market headed by Remark at $4.20, Gimmie at $4.40, and Zerestro at $4.60. This is a last start effort of General Boat Caulfield in the Group 1 Oakley Plate over 1100 metres. Now, she was only first up this day, and I think she ran absolutely outstandingly. She got held up all the way around the corner, and she was held up. But her last 100 metres to the line, she was really motoring home. And look, there's been form out of the race already in Malkovich winning last week. Marabi, she's an absolute star. She'll win the William Reid, but General Beau is the one here that I think is the best winning chance. Race 3, Flemington, the listed Moomba plate. I'm with General Beau. Yes, has to carry the big weight in 61, but it's got D Lane on. Has performed well down the straight before. Over the odds at $8. One of my next best bets of the day. I think she's going to run really, really well here. I'll be surprised if she doesn't finish in the top 2. Gimmie Par, J Car on. She's not taking a lot of rides at Flemington. Of course, she's racing at Morphettville on Monday, but I think it's a very good chance. First up, won a stakes race last time in. Really, really good chance. Crystal Band and Tycoon Humma. Crystal Band's been down the straight before and performed well. And Tycoon Humma, her last start at Sandown, I was with her that day, and I think compared to the price she was then to the price she is now, way over the odds. But I'm with General Beau to get the chocolates in the Moomba. 5 the win, 10 the place. Race 4 is the Group 2 size produce over 1,400 metres. This is the market headed by Let's Roll the Dice at $5, Sir Bailey at $5.50, and Merchant Prince at $6.50. This is the last start effort of Merchant Prince in the Group 1 Blue Diamond Stakes. For those of you who don't know what the Blue Diamond was, it was for the 2-year-old over 1,200 metres Group 1. Now, I don't think Merchant Prince ended off the race too badly. I mean, he was on the inside and he was just held up slightly over the final 200 metres. He just got held up, and he was attacking the line late. Once he found the gap, he was really taking the lengths off him late, and he really motored to the line. And I think if he repeats that, man, he's coming out of one of the best Group 1 races that we've seen the autumn so far, and he's going to be very hard to beat. Race 4 is the Group 2 size produce, and I'm with Merchant Prince. Ran extremely well in the Blue Diamond, had absolutely no luck. I think is going to win this. Like I said, I can't tip a 2-year-old, but I'm pretty keen on this one. Man in the Mirror for second will run well. Bonheur coming through a couple of stage races, and No Bell over the odds at 34. But Merchant Prince on top for me to win the size. Lights Ever won this last year, and he was competitive last week in the Australian Guineas. $10 the win, Merchant Prince. Let's go! Race 5 is the Group 2 CUNY Stakes over the 1,600 metres. This is the market headed by Argentia at $3.40, Yearning at $5.50, and Artica at $6. This is the last start trial of Artica over the 1,000 metres at Cranbourne. It was a little bit of a soft track this day, but she wasn't asked to do much. But when the jock put her back to the inside, was on a very, very hard stranglehold, and she really opened up, and the jock asked her to do nothing, and she pulled away from them and really, really charged the line. And I think that she's 2 from 2, progressive, third race start in a stakes race. I think she's going to be very hard to beat. The Group 2 CUNY Stakes is race 5 at Flemington. I'm with Artica, 2 from 2, undefeated. She looks a very, very promising horse. She's had a trial to get ready for this, was third in it, was asked to do nothing. And I think she's a very progressive horse. And we've seen a few stars born this autumn, being with Marabi and Yonce. And I'm not saying that she's up to their class, but look, she's undefeated. You can't put a ceiling on her, not yet. And she looks incredibly well placed. Barbara for second. She's been there. She's done this. She's been stakes competitive. Craig Williams sticks. She was a good winner last start and can by all means win again. Nothing against her. Lavish Girl over the odds at $10, considering that she beat Argentia last start. I think Argentia is too short and is my fourth selection, but 15 the win. Artica, 2 from 2. Go 3 from 3. Race 6 is the first of 2 Group 1s. The Newmarket Handicap over 1,200 metres. This is the market headed by Home Affairs at $3.60. Lost and Running at $3.90. And Artorias at $10. This is the last start effort of Levante in the Telegraph in New Zealand. The Group 1 race. Now, she wandered all over the place at the top of the strap, but once the jock got the whip in the left, she really responded well, and it was only a very narrow margin that she won this race by, but at the price, I'm happy to back her because I think, look, she's 10 from 15. I think she's a very, very smart, progressive horse, and generally when New Zealand horses come over, they can measure up. Well, Probabeel did, and I think 10 from 15 record speaks for itself. The only query is her down the straight, but I think with the weight she's got, Mick D on, I think she'll be hard to beat. The first of the two Group 1s for the day being the Newmarket Handicap. I'm with a horse that I think is way over the odds in Levante, $23. Great price. Like I said before, 10 from 15. Good horse. Multiple Group 1 winner. Only query straight. Mick D, low weight. Running well. I cannot see her running a bad race. She's got everything in her favour to win this. Home Affairs, yes, beat Nature Strip last up, but it's got to carry the big weight. And is done defeated down the straight. And his Cornwall win was absolutely outstanding. It was dominant and blew them away. Quantico, last day of the carnival last year, was dominant in her win, or his win down the straight. And it was absolutely outstanding. Zootori and Hal Vorsen, they've been here, they've done it. Zootori won the race last year, and Hal Vorsen, gun straight track horse. And I think that both of them being older horses now, that they both need the straight. That was proved last night with Zootori in the Oakley Plate. But I cannot believe that they're both $41, and they are definitely over the odds. But like I said, I'm with Levante, 5 each way, 10 the win on Home Affairs. I don't want to lose on the race, and 5 the place on Zootori. Race 7 is the second of the two Group 1s, the Australian Cup over 2,000 metres. This is the market headed by Think It Over at $2.90, Spanish Mission at $4.40, and Duais at $8. This is the last start effort of Think It Over up in Sydney in the Group 1 Chipping Norton Stakes, where he tried his absolute hardest, as he always does, and I think he's a very, very good winning chance. The only two horses that come out of this race to the Australian Cup are She's Ideal and Duais. He is a winning machine, but the ground, I think, fell him out late in Sydney, but he still ran on well, and personally, I think he's a very, very good winning chance. And usually roughies have a very good record in this race, but I think the favourite will win it this year. The second of the Group 1s is the Australian Cup. Now, I think Think It Over is going to be very hard to beat here. Sydney Sider, very elegant form. She's won 11 Group 1s. Absolutely outstanding. And so is this horse. He just kept winning last preparation and into this preparation. He's a very good horse. Callsign Matt for second. Ran well in the Cox Plate, only pipped on the line at Caulfield, $15, way over the odds, and I think will run well. She's Ideal, ran second in the Chipping Norton in Sydney, where she was, I think, over $50, and now you're getting 11. I think it's still a good price, and she's a good horse, and Duais was in the Chipping Norton as well, and if he brings that form, he can run very well here, but I'm with Think It Over, $30 a win, 5 to place on Callsign Mav. Let's finally back the winner of a Group 1. Race 8 is the Group 3 Shaftesbury Avenue over the 1,400 metres. This is the market headed by Kissonallfourcheeks at $4.40, Chaillot at $7, and Fourhometwo at $8. This is the last start effort of Kissonallfourcheeks at Ascot and the listed Cyril Flowers. Look, I think that she's just the best horse in this field. Look, she was pretty wide on the turn here on this race, but look, she picked them up late. The winner was off and gone, and she gave the winner at least 5 lengths, and she motored home, and I think she's one of the better bets of the day. 4.40 I don't think is too short. I think she's going to romp home. Race 8 is the Group 3 Shaftesbury Avenue. Kissonallfourcheeks wins it. I can't see anything beating up. She's had former ground Western Empire in Group 1s over in Perth, Ascot. Very, very good, very promising horse. I don't think 4.40 is over the odds. I think it's perfect because I think she could even be over the odds because she's just going to win in my mind. Chaillot, undefeated first up. Very, very good horse. I mean, her win first up last time in Sandown was bloody brilliant, to be honest with you. And at $7, she can run well. Cherry Tortoni's over the odds. Ran in the Australian Guineas last autumn and was second to Luna Flocks, dropping from the clouds, and has beaten Dice Roll before, and that's good form. Here, Fourhometwo is an import for Annabelle Neesham, and it's got very, very good form. J-Mac on, I think, will run very well. And the massive, massive over in the race. Holbien, what's he done wrong? He's super genuine. He loves Flemington. I'm not saying he can win, but at the current odds he is for the place, I think just around 20s, way over the odds. All that said, 40 to win, Kissonallfourcheeks will do me. Race 9 is a Super Vovas 3-year-old handicap over the 1400 metres to finish today. This is the market headed by Cardigan Queen at $4.20, Socialist at $7, and Chartres at $7.50. Last race of the day, this is race 9 at Flemington. I think that there's one here that, there's several that I think are over the odds, but I'll get to them in the tips. But this is the one I think that is really over the odds here in Duais. Her run in the Oaks, I honestly thought she was the winner. But Willowy was brave and she beat her fair and square. But this horse, Duais, I don't think that they've cracked it yet. She's not a full racehorse yet. She's had a couple of jump outs in this trial to get ready for a run. Look, she was wide here, but she ran them up in a very few amount of strides, and she finished the trial off well and running into second. But she's a racehorse, and that's what the Paddy Payne runners are. They're just racehorses. And look, Paddy Payne's had a good run recently, and I think he can continue with this run. And at $26, I'm happy to be with her. Race 9 at Flemington, the race of roughies, I'm going to call it, because there's only one under $10 that I think can run well. But I think, I'm with Duais. What she did in the spring was brilliant. Almost won the Oaks, beaten by a pretty smart one in Willowy, who is a very good horse. Chartres ran well last start against Generation and Finance Tycoon. Finance Tycoon now lining up in the Group 1 Newmarket, and he'll run well. Blushing Tycoon, they say nothing improves them like ownership. A very good friend of mine has got a part share in this horse, and at $23, personally, I think is over the odds, and is going to run well. And Commander Harry, I cannot believe he's 101, considering that the stakes race at the Valley, he took off, and he took a very good horse and Forgot You to beat him. He then lined up in the Group 1 Guineas last weekend. I can't believe his odds, but having said that, Duais, 6 each way, that'll do me well in the last at Flemington. Thank you so much for watching my Flemington preview for Group 1 Newmarket and Australian Cup Day.